Catherine was right. I'll never get such a massive cannon out of here. I have to get cats to move it out of the camp somehow. Well, there's powder all over the place. One spark and the whole store would be blown sky high. Are the soldiers really so lax? Or could there be more to it than that? And lo and behold, where might this trail of blood lead to? Where else should I look? Feels like I've already looked everywhere.
How should I know? Above all, scout where Chertan was stabbed, right? Have you been by the powder store? And maybe take a look around the front area where Grozov and I have our tents. Take a look near Chertan's tent as well. There might be something there. Oh, and don't forget the guard tower at the back there.
How come the guards didn't see anything from here? I should ask them. If this is how they all guard this camp, we could torch the place to the ground and no one would notice. I reckon I should take another look around Chertan's tent. Someone washed off some blood here. Was it you who found Chertan?
Aye. Me and my comrade there.
I need to ask you a couple of questions.
I don't know nothing. We didn't do nothing.
You really didn't see anything? You're standing there on the tower and you don't hear a man getting murdered? That's a bit odd, isn't it?
Are you deaf? I told you we didn't notice nothing.
No, I believe you. But that only tells me you weren't taking your guard duty as seriously as you claim you were.
Well, it's possible.
What's possible?
It's possible we dozed off for a while.
Oh, Christ. I knew it. You two were asleep up there.
No, we might have just shut one eye for a moment, but we wasn't sleeping. We'd have noticed if anything happened there. But before Chertan started yelling, it was all peace and quiet.
What did you do when you found Chertan?
It all happened so fast. Before we could come to our senses and decide what to do, Crow turned up.
Crow?
Aye. He heard the racket and came to see what was going on. And I'll tell you, when he saw Chertan, he went as pale as a ghost. But he snapped out of it quick and told us to wait for him to go and get cats. If it wasn't for him, Chertan would have bled to death there.
As far as I know, there were two of you on guard duty on the tower. What's the other soldier like?
Him? God's teeth. He's the most annoying bloke I've ever met. Can't keep his mouth shut. A complete twat.
Anyone can be a bit of a twat sometimes.
But he out-twats them all. He never stops banging on about the most run-of-the-mill things. Like, he was living in a cave until now. I tried to tell him I'm not fucking interested, but he doesn't take any notice. Between you and me, it's quite a relief that this business with Chertan shut him up for a while.
How did you find Chertan?
I don't remember too well. I remember we heard someone yelling. So we ran down to the ammunition store, and there he was on the ground.
There were two of you on guard duty, yeah? What's the other soldier like?
Him? He's a good pal of mine. The best in the whole camp. Always happy to listen to what I have to say, and that's plenty, believe me. The things I've seen since we left Prague. I'd never have dreamt of some of the things I've seen in this world.
How did you find Chertan, actually?
We heard yelling, so we went to take a look. I don't miss nothing, see? And there was Chertan, crawling in pool of the blood and babbling something. But I don't understand their gibberish, do I?
So this is where Chertan lives. That's one serious lock. There must be something important inside. So Grozov owes Chertan money. Sakra! Right. I've searched the whole place.
Did you find anything?
The guards back there on the tower drink on duty. I found lots of wine there.
Pigs? Don't they know only the commander's allowed to drink on duty? I'll punish them. But that won't help our search. Let's hope Chertan can tell us something. Come on, let's go and see if Moose is done with him yet.
Where the fuck have you been all this time? While you lot have been playing with cocks up there, Chertan croaked.
What? Musa couldn't save him?
That fucking sawbone of yours finished him off, more like. He took one of his pagan potions and poured it down his throat.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's what I'd like to know. Can someone explain what the fuck happened here?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned. So Grozov is right about that. But he could not be more wrong about the rest.
How dare you, you foreign dog!
Calm down, sir. Go on, Musa.
When Chertan was brought here, he was bleeding heavily, and his wounds needed stitching. But he survived. Then I gave him some wine to prepare him for treatment. That is the usual procedure. But what was not usual was that he started vomiting blood. And then he died.
I'd bet it was the wine that killed him. There's lots of poisons you could add to it, and nobody would notice. Well, until it's too late, of course.
You are probably right, my friend.
How come you even have wine here? You keep saying you're not allowed to drink.
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease their pain and for certain complaints. At the right dose, it can be very beneficial. It is not all that common in my country, but I follow the teachings of the great scholar Ibn Sina. You Christians know him as Avicenna. I tried other alcohol as well, but drinking mead makes my patients worse. And if I give them beer, they almost always shit themselves.
That's enough! Keep an eye on this fiend till I bring the guards.
Wait, sir. I have no idea what happened here, but Musa is definitely innocent. Chertan was stabbed first, wasn't he? And Musa was with me in my tent when that happened.
So, he's in league with someone else.
With one of the half-wits here? I doubt that.
Are you sure you're not trying to cover for him?
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me. I know very well you and that foreigner are best pals.
I will happily take an oath. I may not be a nobleman like you, but that doesn't mean I don't have my arm.
There's no way Musa is to blame. Even if he wanted to kill Chertan, he must have known that suspicion would fall on him first.
The lad's right.
Might I say a word about this matter?
You can be glad you're not in irons.
Please, sir, give me some time, and I will bring to you the real murderer. We won't leave this place until we clear this up. You have my word.
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put up with you in my camp meanwhile. Are you yanking my pizzle?
But, sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He will not speak to anyone until the royal justiciar arrives from Sedlets. He'll deal with him. And my advice to you two is to sit on your asses and twiddle your thumbs. If word gets out that Chertan's been done in, things will get pretty hot around here for all of us.
Where do you think you're going, Henry? Stay here and talk. What do you say to all this?
Why did you stand up for Musa like that?
I don't even know. Maybe it's because he actually listens to all my stories and bad jokes. You must have got to know him a bit by now, too, huh? It must be clear to you he didn't kill Chertan.
Well, the most important thing is to help Musa somehow, I reckon. We can't let them hang him without proof.
I'm glad we see eye to eye on this.
What are we going to do then?
That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as possible. But what do I know about that? I'm not the royal justiciar.
What is this royal justiciar?
He's a crown official who makes sure the law is enforced in this land. His people catch and try all sorts of counterfeiters, rebels, murderers too. Sigismund may not have appointed one yet, but I've heard he's put Steber of Stebers in charge of this kind of thing. And if that's true, and Gorzov brings him here, we're all in the shit.
Who is this Stebor of Steberzitz?
A real big cheese, lad. He owns half of Upper Hungary. And you don't get that kind of wealth by being kind-hearted. Trust me.
You really don't have any idea what to do next?
How could I? We should probably talk to Musa. Find out exactly what happened.
But Grozov has him under guard.
And there's no way I can get to him. Everyone knows my face. But you could do it.
Me?
Who else, soldier? I need help. Someone I can trust. And you spent the whole evening with me, so you're not a suspect. You have to get rid of the guard somehow, and get to Musa.
All right. How much time do we have? To find the murderer, I mean.
I'm not sure. Grozov will most likely write a report to Sigismund, and delivering it to Sedlitz won't take long. Then he has to decide what to do next, which means sending the royal justiciar here. And how long can that take? I'd say we have 2 days or so.
Well, I know one of the bathhouse wenches. Maybe she could distract the guard while I slip past and talk to Musa.
That's not a bad idea. If you can talk her into it, that's bound to work. Off you go, then. And Henry, be careful. I'm depending on you.
That bastard. We're stuck here because of him. I hope Musa will know what to do. That bastard. We're stuck here because of him. I hope Musa will know what to do.
Good day to you.
Oh, what are you doing here?
That's what I'd like to know. They just came and said I should guard the physician and not let him out of my sight. Even if he wants to piss, I have to go with him. You wouldn't happen to know what's going on, would you?
Well, if I was you, I wouldn't ask too many questions. You might hear something you'd rather not.
Aye, right. You know fuck all, and you're just trying to sound important. Clear off, and this time for good. Stop, you bastard! Nobody's allowed in here.
But I'm Moose's assistant, and I need his advice. We've got lots of sick men.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but nobody's allowed to see Musa.
Look, why don't you go for a walk or something? Who knows what's happening with Musa? You don't want to get mixed up in anything dangerous.
And leave him unguarded? Do you know what Grozov would do if he found out? I'll take my chances here, thanks.
Today's crimes keep running.
We have to talk.
I hope it's important. The less we're seen together, the better.
Oh, you bet it's important. Someone poisoned Chertan, the Cuman's commander.
All right, that is bad. Damn it! You're not involved in this, are you?
No. But I have to find the murderer. Kat said he won't set off for Sedlets until it's cleared up.
That old sod. He's never gonna get off that lazy arse of his.
There's something I need your help with.
Oh, what a surprise. What is it this time?
There's a guard posted outside Moose's tent. I need to lure him away for a while. So I thought...
That I could use my feminine charms on him?
Something like that.
So you rid me of one pig just to lumber me with another?
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't really important.
All right then. I'll try and lure him to the bathhouse. But if he tries anything on me, he'll get a punch in the mouth. I hope he won't stink at least.
Well, I think you already...
God be with you. Keep
I'm
the
sorry?
peace, and we'll stay friends.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Someone's lying here.
Good day, soldier boy. What are you standing around here for?
I'm on guard.
My word. What are you guarding?
That's a secret.
Oh, good lord. You must be very important to get a task like that, eh?
I reckon. This is child's play for me. You should see me in battle.
Ooh, I'm sure I'd be terrified.
You have nothing to fear, dearie. I protect you.
How gallant. Oh, you ought to be rewarded for that. Wouldn't you like me to give you a nice bath?
Well, I can't deny I've been standing here for quite a while. I stink like a pig's ass.
Oh, no. That's your manly fragrance. Oh, it's irresistible. Shall we go then?
All right. Well, it's not like that moose is going anywhere.
Henry? What are you doing here? Grozav said...
Nah, to hell with Grozov. Katz believes you didn't do it. We have to clear your name somehow.
I truly appreciate that. But I am not sure that is possible. Tinge sireye, mene mene sireye.
What?
It is a proverb from my country. It means the road to truth has many twists and turns.
Well, we'll straighten them all out. Don't worry. But I'm gonna need your help. Did Chertan say anything before he died?
He tried to, but my Hungarian is not as good as I thought. He was coughing so much that I could not understand anything.
What happened when you brought Chertan to the infirmary?
I already told you everything. We laid him on the table. Crow went his own way and I started cleaning Chertan's wounds. Then I gave him some wine to drink. And he suddenly began to shake and vomit blood soon after. He was dead.
And what happened next?
Then the noble lord of Borumlaka arrived and started to go mad.
What about that wine? Could I take a look at it?
Lord Grozav poured it away in anger before you arrived, so that I could not poison anyone else, he said.
He poured it away? When it could have helped us? The wine was evidence.
Evidence that here in Bohemia you will drink even vinegar. It smelt and looked the same as always. Except perhaps it was a little more cloudy.
Where was the wine from, actually?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry. A very pretty girl. Black hair. Nicely built. Catherine, I think she's called.
Catherine? Are you sure?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was mixed up in this. Chertan was not the first person I gave the wine to today. The wine must have been poisoned here, in my infirmary.
All right. But what now? How will we find the murderer?
I have done some thinking about that. After all, what else can I do here? The best thing would be to investigate the poison. Every poison has different effects. One makes your hair fall out. Another turns your guts inside out. If we discover what poison was used on Chertan, we just have to find it, and the mystery is solved.
How can we identify the poison then?
That is not hard. I examine the dead body, I find the symptoms of the poison, and I compare them with known effects of poisons. That is, I would, if I could get out of here.
And could I help you somehow? I may not be as learned as you, but I do know how much herb Paris to put in a potion to make someone fall asleep but not die.
Excellent, my friend. Maybe we can manage this together. The first thing to do is to go to Chertan's corpse and examine it thoroughly. Arms, legs, face. You must remember everything that looks strange to you. In the infirmary, you'll find a chest. Take from it my almanac of poisons and compare what you saw with the symptoms described there. You can read, I hope.
Aye, pretty well.
Excellent. The chest is locked, but I trust you will manage somehow.
You have a whole book just about poisons? Where did you get it?
I bought it on my way here, in Moravia. I have not yet had time to study it properly, but please, do not mention it to anyone. It would not look good for someone in my situation to have such a book. You surely understand.
Right. Examine Chertan's body and read the book. I can manage that. Who do you think killed Chertan?
I have no idea. But what I do know is that we will not get anywhere if we suspect everyone in the camp. Who do you think is the prime suspect at this moment?
I heard Sir Grozov couldn't stand Chertan.
I have heard the same. And did you notice how quickly he accused me?
Well, what do you think?
And I would bet that it was one of us who was there at the time. And because it cannot be you, me, or Katz, that leaves Grozov, Stephen, and the two guards. Someone should question them all. Maybe their statements will give something away.
Well, I don't have much time, but I'll try to talk to them.
I am very grateful, my friend.
What if we forgot about finding the murderer, and I just helped you escape? You'd be long gone before Grozov found out.
Thank you for the offer. But look at me. My appearance is a little conspicuous. There is nowhere for me to hide in this country. And even if I did get away by some miracle, they would punish you and Katz instead of me. I cannot allow that.
Right, here we go. Holy Mary, Mother of God, don't let me miss anything, and forgive me for what I'm doing to this unfortunate wretch. He looks a bit ruddy, but is that from the poison, or was he just drunk? Ah, what a stench! Coughed up some blood, all right, but he also threw his guts up. Ugh. There's no way I'm examining that. That's a nasty wound. I almost feel sorry for Chertan. But why would someone kill him in the most heavily guarded part of the camp, instead of trying to lure him outside? Several stab wounds in the belly. All close together and very deep. The murderer definitely knew what he was doing. Though that hardly narrows down the field in an army camp. Almost everything is covered in blood. But there doesn't seem to have been much of a fight. I can't see anything ripped or sliced off. There's nothing missing. Whoever killed him, it doesn't look like a robbery. He looks horribly rigid and contorted. He must have died in awful spasms. Nothing strange here except the stiffness and broken nails. Could he have dug his nails into the table when the spasm started? And what's this here? Something that looks like warts. But did the poison cause them? Or was he a filthy pig and always had them? Completely rigid. Just like the arms. But, oh, Christ, what a stink! Ugh, he shat himself. I've heard it happens to the dead, but that much? Ugh. Maybe the poison did that. That'll have to do. I've found out enough. He had spasms, he shat himself, warts or lesions on his hands, as red as a poppy. But that could be from drinking, or lots of things. I mustn't forget anything. That's the main thing.
Excuse me?
Right, that's that. I should tell Musa what I've learned. I read that book of yours, and I think I know now what Chertan was poisoned with.
What do you mean, you think? Do you know or not?
The potion is called Kiss of Death. It causes vomiting, cramps, boils, and rapid death.
This name means nothing to me. I suppose I did not get that far in the book, but if you think the symptoms are the same, I will believe you. Are you sure it was that poison? Were there not more in the book?
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't have used anything else.
All right. I have no choice but to believe you. Now, we can only hope that the murderer has not had time to get rid of the evidence.
I better start searching fast, hadn't I? You said that the suspects are Grozav, Crow, and the 2 guards. This won't take long.
Wait a moment. There is something I must tell you.
Of course. Go on.
First, you should know that I am grateful for what you are doing. Were it not for your investigation, I probably would not be standing here. But I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly you dealt with Mishek. Why would someone with your abilities want to enlist? I do not suspect you of Chertan's murder, of course. Do not worry. It is all strange, though. People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden you turn up, and everything is turned upside down.
Well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
Tell me the truth, my friend. Who are you? Really?
All right. I'll try to trust you. Maybe I'm not King Sigismund's most ardent supporter.
I knew it! I could tell straight away that you were cleverer than others in this camp.
You're pleased? Aren't you a courtier of his?
It was not my first choice. Or do you think I long to spend half my life in some dirty tent?
How did you come to be in Sigismund's court?
That is a long story. I once served Sultan Bayezid. Although the Osmans are not that welcoming to my people, the Sultan at the time received envoys from all over the world, so I was useful. But soon after, we found ourselves at war with Timur and his Golden Horde. Luckily, that is, luckily for me, it was around then that Sigismund's messenger came to see the Sultan. And I managed to persuade the Sultan to send me to Hungary as a goodwill gesture. I am sure you understand that I did not want to wait for Timur's savages to cut my head off. But let us just say that King Sigismund did not show me the respect my position is worthy of. Instead of making me his counselor and physician, he sent me here.
Well, you could go elsewhere if you don't like it here. I know a few people who would value someone like you.
I am grateful to you, my friend. But I must refuse. I have had many experiences in life and come out of them alive. And do you know why? Because I am a total coward. And not just that, I am duly proud of it. I would be very happy to get away from here and perhaps even return home, but only when I am sure I will survive the journey. So I think it will be best if we each go our own way.
You know nothing, I know nothing.
And this conversation never took place.
I'd better go and search the tents.
Good luck. I am depending on you.
Beautiful, but empty. No poison. Weaving something like that must have been one hell of a job. I wouldn't mind a piece of that. There's nothing here. Moose is definitely not to blame. He's the camp commander, but it looks like a pauper lives here. I reckon Grozav's fallen on hard times. Grozav doesn't strike me as a keen reader. At least he hasn't had to sell his armor to buy booze yet. How could anyone drink all this? Oh, that's valerian, I believe. It helps relieve pain, but it's also used to make dollmaker potion. But Chertan was poisoned with kiss of death. Or was he?
Good to see you.
Cheers. I hope you have an uneventful shift. The water smells of flowers of some kind. Like roses?
God grant you health.
Oak. And dry as a bone. Nails. Is Crow planning on building a cottage instead of a tent? But they're covered in some kind of dirt. Hold on. Nails, rosewater, oak bark. They're all used to brew Kiss of Death. Nothing out of the ordinary. No, I doubt that pair of drunks could have killed Chertan even if they wanted to. Just a broom. Ugh, stinks of vomit.
I'm always glad to see polite people like
Right, I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
That fast? You're yanking my pizzle. Go and find some more evidence. So Seaboy hasn't arrived yet in any case.
I'd like to ask a couple of questions about Chertan's murder.
I have a couple of questions of my own. What actually happened? Kat said Chertan is dead and Musa's locked up.
It's even more complicated than that. But I don't have time to explain it to you now. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it. I don't want anyone to know about it.
Where were you when Chertan was poisoned?
Where do you think? In my tent. After I helped take him to the infirmary with Musa, I went my own way.
You just went off to have a nap?
No, I doubled the guard, drew up the orders for tomorrow, and made sure nobody was allowed to leave the camp. When something like this happens, people like me have lots to do all of a sudden.
It was you who came to tell us that Chertan had been stabbed, wasn't it? How did you get involved in the first place?
Me? I was close by, that's all. My tent is right below the palisade. And when the two guards found Chertan, They ran to get me.
Hold on. The two guards said otherwise. They said they found Chertan and were discussing what to do when you turned up. By yourself.
Is that what they said? It's possible. I can't remember now. It all happened so fast. And anyway, how am I supposed to remember all this shit? Maybe I heard them and went to see what was going on.
Well, let's say that's how it happened. In that situation, I reckon I wouldn't remember everything perfectly either. Tell me more about the storage space.
What about it? There's a cannon and some powder there. We built it a few days after we arrived because it's a good idea to keep that kind of stuff safe. If it blew up, the whole place would be blown to smithereens. And if someone didn't happen to set fire to it, someone else might have robbed it. Folk are like magpies.
Oh, except for you, the crow.
Very droll. Never heard that one before. Aye, but now I'll ask you something. Who do you think did it?
Yeah, I've no idea. The whole thing is strange. Nobody knows anything, but everyone's got something to say.
You can't expect it to be simple, Henry. You join the army, it's a fight for fuck's sake.
Who has the key to the ammunition store?
I don't know. Katz and Groz have for sure, but I've no idea if anyone else has a key. I'm too small fry for that.
I've been doing a lot of thinking about Chertan's murder.
What's that got to do with me?
Well, it's just that I found a couple of interesting things in your tent. Isn't there something you should tell me?
No, and get off my back.
Look, either you tell me everything, or I'll go and get Katz and we'll do it the hard way. It's your choice.
Christ, no. Don't go anywhere. What was it you said?
You know something about the murder, don't you?
Maybe a little, but I don't want word to get out, all right?
Why would anyone kill Chertan anyway?
Maybe it wasn't about Chertan. Maybe someone wanted to do something in the ammunition store, but Chertan turned up, so he had to kill him.
In the ammunition store? What would anyone be doing there?
Trying to blow it sky high.
What? What good would that do anyone?
It might make him very rich. Let's say Sigismund has a lot of enemies who are planning something big. It'll start in Italy, I hear, and it'd come in very handy if someone gave the king a setback before that. He'd lose allies there, and here his camp goes to shit. There's sure to be dozens of saboteurs all over the empire, just like the one here.
I should probably report you. But I've got a much better idea. Let's say I'm not a great supporter of Sigismund. What if we were to help each other out?
That doesn't sound bad. Let me finish my work. We can put the blame for Chertan's murder on Grozav. I can't stand that fucker anyway.
What, accusing an innocent man? But he'll be executed.
Better him than me. So, can we make a deal?
And what if I refuse?
It's a bit late for that now. I have a poisonous plant here. Take it and put it in the chest in Grozav's tent. At the trial, we'll say he used it to poison Chertan. And if you don't want to end up like Chertan, you'd do well not to mention me to anyone. Is that clear?
Where the hell did a common soldier get so much money? Something stinks here. What is this strange letter? Nothing good, I'm sure.
Hail Mary.
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
That fast? Go and...
As of late.
Relax. I'm not doing anything wrong.
Lucky for you.
God be with you. Keep the peace and we'll stay friends.
God be with you. How's the watch going?
Not bad. So far.
I'm always glad to see people like you.
Right. I found out all I could. I reckon I'm as ready for the trial as I'll ever be.
At last. It's taken you ages. Sir Steeboard's already here. I hope you're fucking ready. Take a seat somewhere for the moment. And above all, keep your trap shut until someone asks you something. In the meantime, I'll go and get everything ready.
Well then, gentlemen. I understood from your letter roughly what happened, and I trust we can settle the matter quickly and quietly. But before we get started, I have to say you've disappointed me, Sir Grosov. King Sigismund placed his trust in you, but you don't seem to be up to the task.
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents and turned them into a proper military camp. Everything here is as it should be.
Only your soldiers seem to die from time to time, eh?
There are always problems, but as you can see, I can deal with them. We caught Musa of Mali in the act. You just need to pronounce judgment.
Sir, I can assure you that Musa did nothing wrong.
I was waiting for you to pipe up, cats. Tell me, why should I believe the word of a low-born drunkard? Especially when it seems you and Musa are good friends.
Because I can prove everything I say to you. I tasked Henry here, one of my best soldiers, to find out what really happened to Chertan.
Him? Well, I shall definitely have to hear what he has to say. Tell me, lad, why is Musa innocent, in your opinion?
Well, that's simple, sir. Musa was with me and Commander Katz at the time when Chertan was stabbed.
That doesn't prove anything.
Do you think I stabbed him? From afar?
Musa of Mali will remain silent until I personally ask him a question.
Katz and the boy were drunk. Musa could easily have disappeared for a while. Nobody would have noticed him in the dark anyway.
I find that hard to believe. But if it wasn't Musa, who did kill Chertan?
Chertan was killed by the camp commander, Grozov of Boromlaka.
What?
You scum! How dare you!
Silence!
You aren't gonna let this peasant insult me, are you, sir? You should cut him down to size.
That can wait. First, I want to know how he came up with this insolent claim. And start at the beginning. What happened that night by the powder store, by your reckoning?
So Grozov owed Chertan a lot of money, but he didn't want to pay up. So he got rid of him.
How dare you!
Are you trying to tell us you are not in debt, Sir Grosov?
Surely you'll believe a nobleman, sir? Does this boy have any proof?
Chertan had a letter of debt hidden in his chest. It says Sir Grozov owes him a fortune.
You've been rifling through that poor man's things? What else did you steal? I'll have your hand chopped off, you louse.
But Sir Grosov, why are you getting so worked up over this simple fellow? You don't have anything to hide, do you?
Me? Of course not.
See then? We shall continue. What happened next? You carried Chertan to the infirmary? Isn't that right, Sir Musa?
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine to drink, and I prepared to stitch his wounds, but he died before I could.
It seems someone poisoned the poor fella.
In such a short space of time? How?
We do not know for certain.
Have you at least tried to find out if anyone had this poison?
Not only did we try, sir. I found lots of poisonous plants in Grozov's tent. Exactly the ones used to poison Chertan. You can go and see for yourself, sir. He has a chest full of them.
You fucking liar!
Silence! I've heard more than enough. Sir Grosov, you will come with me.
Me?
The king will not stand for wrongdoing among his nobles. That must be punished.
But I didn't do anything!
Don't make this harder than it need be.
Keep away from me!
Calm now, sir. Calm down.
Shut up, you worm! It's all your fault anyway! I won't let you put this on me, you hear?
You're mine! You kick the bucket, you
I'll
shit!
rip your arse open. Well, Sir Stibor, one problem is cleared up, and another one takes its place.
I wouldn't say that. We've rid the king of one idiot. It's just a pity Chertan had to die because of it. And I apologize to you, Sir Musa, for the unpleasantness you suffered.
My head will remain on my shoulders. That is the main thing.
What will happen to the camp now?
That is not your concern. I will personally take command. You just get rid of the corpse and clear out the royal tent for me.
With pleasure. We won't be staying long anyway, will we, Henry?
As you command, sir.
And then I do command, soldier. Go and pack.
Have I got time to stop by the baths? There's something I need to sort out there.
All right, but hurry. I don't intend to make the journey in the dark just because you want to dip your wick one last time.
Is rotten. Hear what Master Jan hoots of Prague.
I'd like to learn a few tricks from you.
All right, but it'll cost you. I won't trouble myself with you for free.
You know how to get your hands on some interesting things. How do you do it?
Do you take me for a thief?
I wouldn't dare. On the contrary, I admire you, and I'd like to learn how you do it.
If only you weren't so damned clumsy. Listen up then, my disciple.
I'd like to learn a few tricks.
What would you like?
How do you manage to get in anywhere you want, and nobody finds you suspicious?
You just need to know people, as well as their stupid prejudices. You also have to be bloody brash and pretend you feel at home everywhere you go.
You'll have to explain that to me.
Listen up then, my disciple.
I'd like to learn a few...
What would you...
It seems like dogs obey your every word. What sort of tricks are those?
I don't know. I just play with them. They don't complain, and they're grateful for every caress.
Will you tell me how to handle them?
Listen up then, my disciple.
Good day.
It's happening. The Praggers are leaving for Sedlets.
At last, I won't have to wash the humans' asses anymore.
Tell Zizka everything, so they're ready for the ambush.
I will. But be careful once it all starts. I wouldn't want Dry Devil blowing your brains out by mistake.
Oh, like that. I'm all done in.
Good people, how you'll learn that the church is rotten. Hear what Master Jan Hoots the
Good to see you. With you. And with you.
It's nothing too bad.
All right, I'm ready. We can get out of here.
The sooner the better. Deserters, traitors, murders. I'm getting too old for all this. But the really heavy shit is still ahead of us. I can't imagine how I'm going to explain to the king that Sir Grozov, who he personally put in charge of his soldiers, is a murderer.
Well, maybe it won't be so bad, and Sir Stibor will back you up. I heard Sigismund wasn't too fond of Grozov.
It's just he can't say it openly because the other nobles wouldn't like it. Well, let's leave it be now. Otherwise we won't get out of here before dark. Sedlitz awaits!
So the devil jumps in from behind a tree. But Pa, who's already got his blood up, just grabs him by the horns, wrestles him to the ground, and then starts giving the devil such a hiding. The fur is flying off. Wait, fellas. After Pa was done with it, the devil... So he says... What the fuck? The bird!
Slice him up!
You caused that
No! Don't think I won't cut you to pieces!
I've been waiting for you. You're no match for us, fucker. Die, you swine!
Didn't see that one coming, eh?
I'll shoot you an extra arsehole.
I'll shoot your head off. Now I'll shoot you dead.
You wanna try me? Show what you're made of!
Hey, coming out with this bastard!
Shit your eyes out!
Nice hit!
Wir werden dich ausnehmen.
And it's done.
Fahr zur Hölle.
Verdammte Blutung, auch eine Bandage. This should stop the bleeding. It's better.
There. It's done.
What's the matter? Aren't you happy?
It just doesn't seem right, what we did to those people.
Not people, the enemy. Remember that. Trust me, you'll sleep a lot better. By the way, Brabant has already brought up his promised reinforcements.
What are they like?
Well, you'll see for yourself. But now, we have to get out of here first.
Yeah, the sooner we make ourselves scarce, the better.
To the task, then.
Seems like we poked a hornet's nest with that ambush, eh?
We did. And that means the Devil's Den won't be safe much longer.
Another reason not to stick around there and attack Malashov.
Well, we're in luck. Ada's just returned from a scouting mission, and he says von Burkov's at the castle.
And what about Brabant's men? You were saying you don't like the look of them.
I just don't trust them somehow. But I'll admit that Frenchman surprised me. They're no greenhorns.
We'll see how they fare in battle.
Indeed we will. We'll soon get going. Get ready, and then we'll plan what's next.
I'll be with you.
My God! Ah, the simple joys of life, eh, pal?
How have you been getting on?
Well, I finally got my shit together. A nice, big, solid one.
Are you better?
That's what I just said. Anyway, do you think I'd miss out on the chance to hack a chunk off onto his arse?
You're not the only one. After what he did to Samuel's people.
I'm more pissed off about how he handed our arses to us at Rabos. He chased us off like rabbits, the fucker.
Come on. Now stand.
How could von Bergov have found out about our meeting in Rabors? Could someone have betrayed us?
I don't know. But there's no point in trying to figure it out. It wasn't any of the captured lords. And if any of their men talked, well, we'll never know now.
Did Zizka tell you how he plans to attack Malashov?
I think it's obvious. We have to lure von Bergau into a trap, then quietly grab him.
Then what do we need that cannon for?
Well, in case our ruse doesn't go according to plan. And I'm itching to fire that fucking contraption. These toys that use gunpowder pretty much even the odds. But they cost as much as a virgin whore. Aye, if we'd had one of them fat beauties with us at Snoimo, that would have been something.
Let's fight.
You want the rough stuff? Practice?
With
Oh.
I'll make do with just you.
On guard! Prepare for a thrashing. Yes! I give up! You win!
You've had better days.
True. I either drank too little or too much. Next time!
So, mon ami, are you ready to go and capture le Seigneur von Berghoff?
Me? Yeah. But I hope your mercenaries will be up to the job.
Ne t'inquiète pas, mon ami. Le Seigneur Morgenstern can always be relied upon.
Who is this Morgenstern?
C'est un bon ami à moi. We met years ago au Grand Tournoi de Lorraine, at the estate of the Duke there.
Can he be trusted?
Le Chevalier Morgenstern is not only a warrior, but also a serious patron of the heart. A man of renown.
How did you find Morgenstern?
Pendant que vous étiez chez les Hongrois, I went to Kettenberg. Le Chevalier Morgenstern was with Sigismund. But he turned him down because, le roi n'a pas d'argent. The king has run out of coin.
So he's just an ordinary mercenary?
Not ordinary. He's a renowned condottiere.
Where does this Morgenstern come from?
From Broswig. His ancestor fought for Emperor Charles. A good house, mon ami.
So why is he earning a living as a mercenary?
C'est une triste histoire. He lost considerable estates due to his relatives and battles in Eastern Prussia.
So he became impoverished?
In truth, it was more his passion for art that led him to ruin.
I assume you won't be joining our offensive, right?
Under other circumstances, I would avoid battle. You're right, but this is personal. Otto von Berghoff is responsible for that slaughter in Kuttenberg. It was he who advised Sigismund to attack my people.
So you want revenge?
They plundered the synagogue, murdered dozens of people. That Mamsa must pay. I will play with him like a cat with a mouse. He will beg for mercy, for a quick death.
Zizka will never allow you to do that. Von Berghoff is worth too much.
Fuck Zizka then. It was I who got the money for everything. So no one is going to tell me what I can and cannot do. What about you? Why are you willing to fight?
Otto von Berghoff deserves punishment for everything he's done.
So we see eye to eye on him.
Aye. Von Berghoff is nothing more than a swine, brother. And if there's anyone that can get him, then it's Zizka and the devil. That's why I'm going with them to Malashov. How are things looking at Malashov? How is Malashov?
Właśnie stamtąd wróciłem. Jedno wiem na pewno. Ten zamek ma kurwa słuszne obwarowania.
Could you slow down a bit? I'm trying to understand you, but I can't keep up.
O co ci chodzi?
This is going nowhere. I need Uher to translate.
Greetings.
I have a bit of
What game?
I actually...
It's almost ready.
What do you know about the attack on Malashov?
You're asking the wrong fella, Henry.
Do you think we stand a chance of taking von Berghoff?
Well, if anyone can do it, it's Zizka and the devil. Although I'm not saying it'll be easy. Or that I approve.
How's that?
God doesn't lead us by the hand. We have to find our own path to him. Or at least try to. And I'm not sure just how much divine mercy that pair deserve.
The hell are they cooking?
Why is it so important to capture Otto von Berghoff?
Isn't it obvious?
Pray enlighten me.
Look, Otto von Berghoff is the supreme chamberlain of this land. He's in charge of all the royal towns and monasteries, meaning he is worth his weight in silver.
So, it's ransom we're after?
Not quite. Von Berghoff is one of the leaders of the League of Lords against the king. If we want the lords to free our king, we have to force them to do it. And capturing von Berghoff would be the best way to do that.
And to think, until recently, you couldn't give a damn about politics. How does Zizka want to attack Malashov?
He didn't tell me much, but I got the impression it'll be a bit different compared to the usual tactics. A major operation.
Such secrecy. It almost seems like he doesn't trust us.
True. Zizka's being damn tight-lipped. But I don't blame the man. After Raborj, Sigismund had a lot of our people arrested, and I'm sure a lot more are frightened. Any of them could betray us.
You think there could be a spy amongst us?
Doubtful. All of us here would gladly stab Sigismund in the gut.
Or that traitor von Berghoff.
Brabant and I still owe him quite a bit of payback. I can't wait to see the look on his face when we take him captive.
What do you think about the Dry Devil?
Hinek? I think he's a right bastard. But I'd rather fight with him than against him.
So why does Zizka trust him so much?
Hinek is Job's ally, and Sigismund is their common enemy.
God grant you health.
I wouldn't expect the head of the guard to be at a construction site. Has something gone missing?
Das stimmt. Actually, so, it isn't lost. These days, people will steal anything that isn't nailed down. And construction sites like these attract bloody thieves like flies to shit.
Wouldn't an ordinary catch pole be enough to guard a construction site?
Ja, das würde reichen. But the monastery gate is the seat of the command of the city guard. And I'm not going to sit up there in the tower freezing my ass off. Plus, as the commander, it is my duty to train the city militia as well as the lads from my watch.
What are they building here?
Not building, more like repairing. You may have noticed the city's defenses suffered considerable damage.
Aye. I heard that Sigismund's army attacked the city.
It's not all Sigismund's fault. The consulars have been putting off the repairs for years now.
And now they want to make up for lost time. A bit late, isn't it?
You know, too late. But there's something else behind it. Ever since Sigismund replaced the city council, the new Bürgermeister has been bending over backwards to get people to like him. So there are repairs, construction, even St. Barbara's church is growing right in front of our eyes.
I'd like to learn a new combat technique.
Aber ja, warum nicht? Weißt du, meine Truppe I teach mainly to fight with pikes. Es ist zwar keine besondere Schwerttechnik, but I can show you a quick way to get your opponent to the ground. Das ist nicht schwierig.
That sounds good. Teach me that.
Gut. Also, die Hellebarde. You like to keep your opponent away from your body, right? I'll show you how to get him on the ground. Also, zunächst, you stab the man in the belly, and as he swerves, you pull out your weapon and cut his leg with a hook. Nun, wenn du willst, you can finish it all by putting him back on his feet with an uppercut to his chin. Und jetzt, come try it out a few times, mein Freund. Ja.
I'd like to learn a new...
Kottenberg is a stadt full of Bergmänner. Here you need to be able to break up every fight with a few slaps. I have one good punch. I think it might come in handy for you. Willst du's mir zeigen?
That sounds good. Teach me that.
Ja, genau. The best thing is to resolve things nice and easy. With a couple of slaps and fertig. And this always works. Also, you jump towards the man, and with a wide arc, you get around his cover and hit him with your fist in his temple. The advantage is that it will also disorient him even if he has a helmet on his head. You just have to do it with the palm of your hand. Und jetzt, come try it out a few times, mein Freund. Und? Es ist doch gut.
I'd like to learn something.
What do you want to know?
Show me a wrestling trick.
I'll tell you some interesting things.
I'd like to learn...
What are you?
I'm still not...
I'll tell...
I'd like to learn something.
What do you want?
I'd like to get faster at shooting.
I'll tell you some...
I'd like to...
There's no time for... Scott.
I'd like to.
What do you?
I'd like to be more skilled.
All right then.
Let's fight.
What did you?
With real.
All right.
You'll do.
Get ready. Let's get started.
Ah!
Enough. You'll win.
You've had better days.
I'm not getting any younger, and I've had enough for...
Go and whistle somewhere else.
Ow! Quarterback! Don't ride him up!
Whoa.
Greetings. It's good to... Good morning to you.
What do you have for... I'd like to discuss...
I'm glad you found what you were looking for, sir.
I'm tempered now! Ironware!
My, let's get that horse!
Hear ye! Andreas Plumel, bailiff of Kuttenberg. Hear ye! Andreas Plumel, bailiff of Kuttenberg.
Meine Frau saw you.
Show me... Word about... How's that?
You... Ja, finally! Sicher zufrieden sein, mein Freund.
Good day to you. What would you like? I'll have a look. I'd like to do what?
What would you...
That's... You see? Thank you. And come again, Henry.
Whoa! Whoa! What's this about?
Last time really was an exceptional experience, Master. I couldn't sleep afterwards.
Don't exaggerate.
I'm not exaggerating, truly. When I told the story later in the tavern, everyone pulled faces as if it was nothing special. But I'm sure they were just jealous. One drunkard then started babbling that forging sober is child's play. That the best smiths can even forge when drunk. And he said they can even manage to forge an axe in such a state, not just a sword. As if swords were easy. Pah! How about it, Master? Could you forge an axe while drunk?
Foraging when drunk is no great feat, if you ask me.
So, would you show it to me then? I've got some really strong schnapps here. A German swapped it with me for a bunch of fish. Says it's come all the way from Bavaria. It's so strong, it's almost undrinkable. One tiny cup, and you'll be spinning like a top. That would certainly test your smithing skills. And I, as your apprentice, would then judge how you fared. You won't be out of pocket. I'll give you a few groschen. And if it works, you'll be hailed as the greatest master around.
All right, I'm in. I'm curious myself.
You're a real class act, Smith. I'm as tight as a drumskin with excitement.
Where's that schnapps?
Careful, it's serious stuff. It'll make every hair on your body stand on end. But give it back afterwards. I'm not letting you drink alone.
Just stand in the forge stand where I can't clout you with the hammer. And don't you dare vomit on my anvil.
No worries, Smith. Drink never makes me sick. Master! Let's go! Woohoo! I'm a blacksmith's apprentice. Who could be better? You're smashed too, Master.
This'll be done in no time. Oh, this is useless. It's cold.
Stop messing about and heat us up. Come on, hammer away. I'm smashed! Whoa! Bloody hell, that was grand! You really are a master smith, no mistake. Worth every groschen. Here you go.
Thank you. Thank you, apprentice.
What did you call me? You Chivole. My dreams come true. I'll never forget this. Never. And that loudmouth can shut off. We must drink to that.
Ah, too right. Give me that snaps.
Hey! Your health, master. I'd better not tell the wife about this.